Was a celebration weekend for people within the literary and creative worlds as different events across different venues were hosted in celebration of the 90th birthday of Professor Wole Soyinka, and one of them is a musical concert at Freedom Park, Victoria Island, Lagos, where Professor frequents at his leisure.
The celebration of Professor Wole Soyinka's 90th birthday throws up a mini concert at the Freedom Park in the heart of Lagos Island. A sizable audience have turned up to party with some young musicians in honor of the legendary poet, writer, teacher, and activist. The influence of the Nobel Laureate in the creative world has not only spurred the creation of the movie The Man Died, a loose adaptation of his same titled book, but also inspired young musical artists, some of whom are performing here in his honor.
We're celebrating a living legend, the iconic Baba Wole Soyinka at 90. Wole Soyinka is an OG. I respect him a lot. I read his books. Even when I was in primary school, I read Wole Soyinka's books, and I'm done with school, and I'm still reading his books. So that's a very huge inspiration for me.
Try to see the silver lining. I come wrong, but I know I can't hide it. We the baddest in the
The performance tonight was special because a lot of the songs were written by myself, songs like Hunger, songs that echo quite a lot of the things that Professor has fought for. And it's important for this generation to know where we're coming from. You cannot value the future, you cannot understand the future if you don't understand your past. And if you don't know how to give gratitude for those that fought for the country, then we have to question the kind of education and formation that we have. So today has been a wonderful opportunity to perform songs that are inspired by this great man, and it's wonderful to be asked to do this.
That one was dedicated to Professor.
Today we are celebrating Wole Soyinka's 90th birthday, and he's such a great man, so I'm honored to be here tonight to celebrate that with him. I mean, he's an icon. I think I want to do that with my music as well, and I hope that I'm opportune to be able to do the half of the things that he has done for Nigeria with my music as well.
The curator, Theo Lawson, who refers to himself as the chief warden of Freedom Park in reference to the history of the park as a former prison between 1882 and 1979, he wittingly explains why the professor wasn't present at the event that celebrates him. The music cuts across many genres, creating a mood of fun and celebration among some of the young audience whose peers have clashed with the professor on social media recently.
First of all, I'd like to apologize that Professor Wole Soyinka escaped from this institution sometime between the hours of midnight and this morning. I know he's a jailbird. He's been known to be has this escapist attitude. So we're very sorry that he's not here right now because we have presented him to you. His cell is just behind me here. But we went there this morning and he was absent. He said he was going for a birthday party. But I didn't realize that we're having a birthday party for him here today.
Also present at the event is fellow professor Awam Ampa, the director of the movie inspired by Soyinka's memoir.
The attraction for me was we live in a time when for a 90-year-old person who has given everything to human rights struggle in Nigeria. For a person who, since when he was a teenager, decided to be anti-tribalism. And then we now fast forward to many years after independence. When he criticizes politicians, they can only interpret it tribally. There was a misalignment between the values of somebody like Professor Wole Soyinka and the young people. And I was curious. I read it in the papers. I keep it. Everything Professor Soyinka represents is what all the young people are fighting for. It's just that their idea of justice is colored by ethnicity. Whereas this is a guy who from the 1950s decided justice is the same for all human beings. That's why he took a risk that sent him to jail and the man died, that whether they're Igbos, whether they're Hausas, he will fight for the rights of those people. There was a genocide in Nigeria, and that genocide has not been addressed fully by Nigeria. But Wole Soyinka is not their problem. It's the educational system that refuses to allow young people understand the wrong that was done to people from the Igbo extraction in Nigeria.